right, welcome to the Vault Report, St. Bonaventure edition. I'm here with Bonnie's assistant, Dana Valentine. Season about to get going. How we doing? How we feeling?
Excited, man. It's right around the corner. Seemed like it came quick. Obviously, I got started here. I think it was in June. So um, process has been great. Guys are healthy, working their butts off. Had a scrimmage over the weekend, and had an inter squad scrimmage the week before to try and see where we were at. So good to get a feel right against somebody else for the first time in the preseason. But like I said, first game's right around the corner on the 6th. So getting prepared for Longwood on the 6th. We're excited about it.
Absolutely. And you talked about the scrimmage. I know you can't. I don't know how much you can kind of dive into it, but just kind of obviously an opportunity to see your guys against another team. Obviously, I know you guys are probably excited for that. They are competing against someone else, not just their teammates. Anything that kind of stuck out for you in terms of what you guys liked as a staff, and obviously areas of improvement as again we inch closer to the season.
Yeah, I think the scrimmages, the secret, not so secret scrimmages at this point are always interesting. I think you go into it with some expectations, right, of like where you think you are. And it's nice to be humbled in some areas, and have some takeaways of what we feel like we did well. I think the biggest thing to try and keep in mind, or at least, as a staff, we try to do is to try and take it as, just a stepping stone, right? It was a step for progress. It wasn't to judge our team of what we're going to be for the rest of the season, whether that be good or bad, right? Just to understand, like, okay, we made an improvement from the week before when we had an inter squad scrimmage, right? So I think, overall, I just feel like we did a better job. Guys are applying things that we worked on in practice and to now a game situation. Got to continue to get better defensively. I think we're not where we need to be or want to be. We're not in midseason form, obviously, defensively yet. And even offensively, we still have a bunch of things to clean up. But I think it's all correctable things, right? We got a bunch of guys that play hard and, love to hoop. So those are things that you can't fake, right? We got a bunch of guys that are bought in and want to play hard. So, that makes it a lot easier, right? So I think, we got coachable guys that want to get better. So we're going to get better in those areas. But obviously, 3 weeks into the official season, we're not where we want to be or where we will be, come tournament time. So that's the goal, obviously. And we try to keep that stuff in mind.
Definitely. So you're telling me that these secret scrimmages don't dictate the whole year?
I
I
know,
always,
right?
I love hearing these scores and then these reactions as if even though no one saw the game, but
Right. Tell me about it, man. It's all over the place. There's some blowouts that I've seen numbers wise that, whatever you have no context or idea of what that even looked like. Some reports you'll get who played, who didn't play,
yeah,
but you don't get a real feel for what went on and what was done in those scrimmages. You just don't know, man. So the overreactions are great, but for us as a staff, and I think most staffs around the country try to take it with a grain of salt and understand, like, hey, like it is a stepping stone. It's another day to build and get better. And hopefully your team did, like I said, apply some things from practice to a game situation. But it all is taken with a grain of salt and just understanding, like, okay, hopefully we got better, and then have an idea of what things you want to improve on in the next couple practices and weeks before you get into your first games.
absolutely. And depth versatility for you guys is there when at least for me, when I look at your roster. Obviously some important guys coming in, guys that were there. With that, I think roles, accepting roles is can sometimes be a challenge. But how do you just feel like especially at the guard, the wing position for you guys? You got a lot of depth there. I mean, obviously, I know everyone is happy. No one's played, but just in terms of people accepting their roles, kind of getting into that. I know there's time, but how do you feel like that's going? Everyone just buying into what you guys are building.
Like you said, I mean, everybody's happy right now. I haven't been any games played, but I think we have a really good group that it's older guys that are about the right stuff, right? They want to win, So we got 4 5th-year guards that are coming in with the mindset like, hey, like Charles Pride, Daryl Banks, those guys have been to the tournament. Daryl had a great run with St. Peter's, a few years back. So like those guys want to get back to the tournament. We have guys that haven't been to the tournament that have one more year left that want to experience that, right? So they're willing to do whatever it takes at this point to win. And when you have an older group like that, it helps bring along the younger guys. We got a couple sophomores that, played a significant role last year, and, we expect them to help us a ton this year, but they understand sacrifice when they have guys ahead of them that have had to do it. at the highest levels and have had to sacrifice to say like, hey, this is what's going to help us win, right? There's going to be nights where this guy gets 20, that guy gets, 5, and then it'll flip some other nights, and you're going to have to find ways to impact winning without putting the ball in the hoop, right? So I think that has been great just to have an older group that understands, hey, we got to do whatever we can to win. And I think there's a trickle down effect from top to bottom, right? As coaches, we can say it till we're blue in the face, and I think everybody's preaching that. But when you have guys that have been in that fight to say, hey, this is what it takes, I think that's huge for us. And it's been great to have just an older group that's about the right stuff.
So definitely. And lastly for you coming on board, we talked about a little bit about it this off season, but obviously it's very early on. Is there anything, obviously, any surprise in a positive way that just kind of has impressed you in terms of, you look at the culture, what, Coach Schmidt has done, but just the day to day, how he goes about, again, teaching, building this program, but anything that surprised you, just that's kind of stands out, in your first off season leading up?
I just love how much like we get in the gym, right? Like we work daily with our guys, multiple times a day on top of practice. Like the individual skill work and development doesn't stop, right? And that's day in and day out. They work their butts off, and there's no two ways around it, right? Like you have to find time to get in the gym every day. And that's there's no secrets to success. There's no shortcuts to it, man, in anything that you do. But our guys really embrace and understand, like, hey, like if I want to be the best player, because St. Bonaventure, we're not the program that gets the top 100, top 50 kids. We get guys that want to work and get better and come in here with a chip on their shoulders and say, hey, like I might not have been ranked or whatever the case may be, but I want to go up against those top guys and prove myself, right? And I think that you've seen it over the course of Coach Schmidt's career. There's guys that have come in and just got better and better, but to see it up close has been, I have a real appreciation for how much work goes into individual development and how much guys get better from year one to year two. And, obviously moving forward, like guys like Barry Evans and Jan Farrell, like I said, played a significant role last year. Just to see their jump in their games from year one to year two. Obviously, I wasn't on staff last year, but as a spectator, and then to come in and see it, right? There's no secret to why those guys had success last year, and they will continue to have success because they put in a ton of work.
Yep. No, we talked about this off camera. I know you guys got so many things you got to do outside of coaching. So I always appreciate the time. I'm looking forward to jumping on and we get to talk about some games very soon. But best of luck these last couple of weeks before the season starts, and we'll be in touch. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Nathan.